The monthly motivator reports, your report says some people lived and died by those results. That the jump into January sales campaign, quote, was a breeding ground for bad behavior. Many people say that Tolstead, quote, was scared to death to take these things away because it could hurt the sales figures. Clearly, you had fired many people, 5 people in total, for cause because they were forcing these types of actions on lower level employees. Thousands of employees have lost their jobs per month, and yet John Stumpf still receives 76% of his $286 million over the last 6 years. You can see that there's a disconnect there in terms of the actions you're taking.
Well, I think the actions that the board has taken, including a total of $180 million plus in forfeiture of compensation, are the greatest in any history of financial services. So I think the accountability is clearly being expressed.
In terms of just moving around the sort of root causes again of this whole issue, it was clear that the power structure was too decentralized. And I wonder, therefore, whether the acquisitions of Wachovia and the merger with Norwest were part to blame with this issue.
I don't think the size or the acquisitions are really at the heart of the issue. I think it was structure. The decentralized model, which caused information about risk, information about human resources to flow up to the heads of the businesses, caused the issues like this not to be visible to senior corporate management. And we've changed that. We now have a centralized risk organization. We have a centralized human resource organization. We have an Office of Ethics, Integrity, and Oversight that is specifically tasked with dealing with employee conduct issues and escalating those, including to the board on a regular basis, at least twice a year. So I think we've addressed the main core issues of structure that led to this problem.
Steve, forgive me for going back to Pages one final time. At the start of 2016, John Stumpf exercised a large number of options before the whole sales scandal was made public. Would you have been able to claim back more money from him had he not done that?
We chose to claim back an amount from John that we thought was appropriate to represent accountability for his role as the CEO in the sales practices issue. And so I mean, we could have chosen various sources of that, but what we chose to ask John to forfeit was what we thought was appropriate given his role.
So you could have done more than the $28 million you've done today if you wanted?
Well, yes, you could. The corporation could take more or less from the executives. We did what the board thought was appropriate.
Steve, we've got a question from the studio from Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
No.
Not Sarah.
Maybe we don't. Let me just wait and see if they are coming for a question. It sounds like they're not. Steve, just to round things off then, in terms of the culture, clearly culture also had a big issue in this. How do you solve, and how quickly can you solve an issue like culture? Do you feel like the worst is behind you, or there's a lot of work still to done?
Well, yeah. First of all, I'd say there are a lot of things to like about Wells Fargo's culture. Wells Fargo's credit culture, for example, is known to be tremendously good and conservative, and that's how the company got through the financial services scandal in such good shape. So it's not a corporate-wide culture that we're really dealing with. It was a culture of sales orientation, excessive sales orientation in the community bank. And how do you change that? Well, first you change the leadership, which we've done. Second, you change the compensation system, which has been done. And then third, you change structure, which causes issues to be reported much more quickly to senior management, which has also been done. So I think we'll measure the culture. We're not going to say, okay, this is done. We will monitor, measure, and make sure that, in fact, we've achieved what we want to achieve.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.